TearLab Corporation is a public company. We trade on NASDAQ. Our ticker symbol is TEAR, T-E-A-R. We trade on both NASDAQ and Toronto Stock Exchange. Our core business is tear testing. There's never been a point-of-care tear testing platform that can measure disease indicators in the tears in a doctor's office. In eye care, there is no such capability as doing biomarker analysis, like measuring a protein or a gene or chemistry that correlates with some disease. In cardiovascular disease, oncology, infectious disease, biomarker analysis or doing blood testing is standard of care. Tears are derived from blood, so what we see is a real opportunity to identify markers or disease markers in tears that would probably be in the blood, but it's a non-invasive matrix or testing fluid from the body, and it's very clean. So because tears are so clean, it would simplify the devices we would have to develop because it wouldn't require as much sample preparation to do these tests in a doctor's office. It would create simple workflow for an office technician to do this test very rapidly. It's a very inexpensive test. So it really would give the doctor an ability to move the dry eye patient or move other patients that would be diagnosed with this test more rapidly through their clinic. And that's really important because dry eye, which is our first indication of use, or our first target market, afflicts about 15% of the world population. So in the United States, it's roughly about 40 million Americans that have some form of dry eye, and about 30% of all people that go to an eye care practitioner complain of dry eye-like symptoms. So the eye care practitioner is faced with a large onslaught of people that are complaining, but the current diagnostic technologies are so subjective and qualitative that it's really hard to diagnose, and it takes a lot of chair time because it's based on clinical impression. So an instrument like this, which is very simple to use, would provide the doctor a much quicker workflow, objectifying disease, and this is a quantitative measurement of osmolarity, which is a disease marker that's been reviewed in the literature with a lot of scientific validation for about 45 years. So we have the first technology to be able to measure osmolarity in a doctor's office for diagnosing and managing dry eye. Simply, this is a lab-on-a-chip technology. There's a very simple three-step process. The chip, which is a disposable one-time use system, would be integrated into a handheld computer that would establish an ergonomic tear collection interface to the eye. The technician in the doctor's office would simply go to a patient as a workup when they first come to the office, collecting tears. We only need 50 nanoliters of tear volume, so it takes a fraction of a second, even with people with more dry ocular surfaces, to collect sufficient volume. This computer detects that there's enough fluid in this chip, and there's a little channel that's embedded in the chip device, and when that's full of about 50 nanoliters, this beeps, telling the operator they have sufficient volume. That's really important for workflow and for gaining CLIA waiver for this kind of a product. And after tear is collected, it's docked to an instrument that displays a quantitative measurement of osmolarity. So now the doctor has a quantitative measurement of disease, or can differentiate normals from dry eye patients, and also, hopefully our anticipation is that this marker provide a subsetting of patients based on disease severity. The company today is commercial. We sell this product, TearLab Osmolarity, our first product in Europe under a CE mark. We launched in October of 2008. We got our CE marking in October. We use distributors outside of the United States. Our plan has been to use it to build a distribution network. So we launched in Italy, Spain, Germany, the UK, which is England and Ireland. And we had a successful quarter. We are a public company, so I can't disclose numbers ahead of our next quarterly filing. But there was reorders from all of our customers. It was very encouraging. We anticipate rolling out a lot more countries and broadening the coverage for this product. We have filed our 510(k) clearance. This is a Class 1 device, so there's a really minimal regulatory risk for a device like this. It's non-invasive. There's really not much of a patient risk, so it is classified as a Class 1 device with the FDA. So we ran a 250 subject study to support our regulatory submission with the agency in order to gain the 510(k) clearance. We've done that already. So we hope, if things go well, but we don't have a crystal ball on what the agency will do, meaning the FDA, that we can launch in the near term to the United States, which is about 50,000 customers here in the U.S., across optometry, ophthalmology, and refractive surgeons. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've started 3 companies, and I've been running this company for 6 years. Dr. Ben Sullivan is my partner. He's a PhD biomedical engineer, and he's the primary inventor of the product. We've been very fortunate to attract a number of people on the clinical, reimbursement, regulatory, and people that have run divisions of Abbott and other companies that have taken products from concept all the way to manufacturing, so in similar type devices. The first product, TearLab Osmolarity being the marker for dry, is our first product. We're very excited about it, but we really see TearLab in our bigger vision as a company is to extend TearLab into many other diseases of the eye and non-ophthalmic uses of this product to create a non-invasive testing platform for the medical industry. So we're pretty excited about the possibility of what this product can do, because what we've been able to achieve at such small volumes, and tears are a non-invasive testing matrix, it really is what we think is a significant opportunity for us commercially.